And we're back with another episode. Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. It's your girl, Miss Mamas.
And I'm Sugar Tits.
Welcome back, y'all.
And you're back for another whirlwind romance with the two of us.
Absolutely. Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
I tried to harmonize, but it didn't work.
I've never met a harmony that liked me, so I'll tell you that right now.
How was your week this past week?
Considering my lack of amphetamines, pretty well.
Okay, did you hear about the fact that they're not putting amphetamines in the Vyvanse right now?
Bitch.
What's going on?
What is
Big
going
Pharma?
on? Big Pharma? That's a big mistake. Huge.
People who have been on Vyvanse for years are passing drug tests now?
I know.
Like, what?
I'm like, hit me.
That's a telltale sign that something's off.
My new insurance kicked my prescription right the fuck back to the pharmacy. Like, we will not be approving this. She's like 40 years old and still on Vyvanse. So I'm waiting for that to go through. So I haven't been taking it. My energy level has been, I feel like I've been doing a better job like managing my time. Not managing my time.
I was going to say.
No, but implementing naps.
Okay, good.
And I can take naps because I'm not on Vyvanse.
Yeah.
So that's been getting me through the day.
That's cool.
I fucking bamboozled myself into working 7 days this week. Big mistake, huge.
I don't know why you keep doing that.
I don't know. I'm an idiot, dude. I am the queen of speak first, think later.
Yeah, you are.
And it's literally for the last 30 years.
Ma'am,
I think I would have
29.
learned. It feels like way longer than that.
Right.
I kick myself in the butt every time.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
I've learned not to do that.
It's hard.
Once you do, no, it's not. Once you do it once and you're like, fuck, I screwed myself over. Then you learn how to not do it.
Have I not talked about my short-term memory loss that I have?
Is it because of the Vyvanse?
No, it's just like me as a person. I think it's my mutable, like my air signs, mutable energy.
Okay.
Like we would be in college and people would do really fucked up shit to me. Like just even like coworkers at work, they would do like shitty things, and I would tell you, of course, like you go tell your friends and whatever.
I can't believe this bitch did.
And like a couple months later, I'd be like, yeah, why do we hate them?
Yeah.
And they're like, because they try to fuck you over. And I was like,
Jesus.
oh my God, yes.
How do you forget stuff
I don't know.
like that?
I live in this like weird, like the very tip of my brain. That's the only part that processes information. And then the rest is just.
Listen, you look at me wrong.
Sugar
I'm
nut.
like, you're on my list.
Yeah. Well, I am in the moment. And if you fuck my friends over, like I'll remember things that they never remember. I'll be like, in that one time she did that, and that. I can clock that.
But not for yourself.
But not for myself.
We need to fix that.
I know.
Yeah.
I need to get a better thinker.
You do. You definitely do.
My weekend was good. I don't know about you, but when I work, like I can't go directly into a social situation right after. Like I need time to decompress. I can't just go from work to like a dinner.
I call bullshit.
Okay. No, I need like an hour. I need like a little bit of time.
I call bullshit. How many times do you and Marissa go to happy hour?
That's different. That's like a one-on-one situation. I can't be around people that I don't want to be around with. Like.
Okay. I still call bullshit, but okay.
All that to say.
Uh-huh.
I love my mama.
Whoa.
I love her so dearly. And she is the one person, I don't know if you do this with your mom, but like I will just be kicking and screaming. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. I'm a grown ass person. I'm not. This is my schedule and my day, and I work today and I don't want to do this. And I'm like, no. And guess what I end up doing?
Exactly what she said.
Exactly what
I think that's I think that's a juju that all parents have over their kids.
I just love that woman so damn much. She was like, come to lunch with me and my friend. I said, listen. Listen, Linda. This is my 6th day working in a row. I'm tired. I wanted you to run this errand with me. I don't want to go to lunch with your friends.
Did she pay?
She did pay.
So why are you complaining?
Because I didn't want to go.
Please, you will go and do shit for less. So yeah, no, just go.
I just didn't want to be with people I didn't know.
You're gonna be on your phone half the time anyway.
Well, that's rude. I just don't. You know how you have to do the song and the dance.
Yeah, you do.
Like I have to be the entertaining one.
It's because you live in the same city as your mom. That's why.
Yeah. Maybe she should.
If you hit
the road.
If you didn't live in the same city, like even now when I go home to see my mom, like if she says, "Oh, you want to go to the grocery store with me?" Sure. Like I love hanging out with my mom. Don't tell her I said that, but I love hanging out with my mom.
No, I'm the queen of. I will throw a fit and be like, "No, I'm not doing it." And then as soon as she starts the car, I'm like, "God damn it!"
Like
here I go.
Here? Yeah.
Let me put the shoes on.
If my mom goes out with my aunt, like I don't want to go. I don't know. Like your parents become totally different people when they're around their siblings. Like they're just weird. Like my mom, no.
Not for you.
No. They get really weird when they're around each other, especially with my one aunt that lives in New York. When my mom is with her, this lady has a trans on my mom. Like, my mom doesn't know how, she forgets that she has fucking kids with my aunt.
You just like revert back to your childhood.
Yes, you do. Yeah. You really do. And I'm just like, so every time my aunt comes in town from New York and she stays with my mom, I'm just like, call me when she leaves. Like, I don't want to even talk to you while she's there. Like, and I love my aunt, but my mom becomes a totally different person.
Is your mom older or younger?
She's older than them. Yeah. She becomes acts like the youngest. And I don't know why she does that, but it is so fucking annoying.
Weird.
So me and my sisters, of course, will call each other and be like, your mom over there tripping again. Get your mama. Be like, that was your mama first. So, yeah.
I know. Well, I always tell my brother that. I'll be like, don't talk to my mom that way.
He's we definitely do that.
She's our mom. I was like, no. She's my mom first.
I'll be like, get your mama. Get your mama.
And then I'll be like, when my mom wanted to go to Valentine's dinner. And I call my brother because I was like, are you going to come?
I was going to say, why didn't he go?
Thank you. He was, quote unquote, busy studying.
Oh, please. He doesn't like school.
I said, you're going to make me eat with mom alone? He was like, you had to do it for 8 years before. It was just you and mom. And I was like, it was different.
It was very different. You were dependent upon her for survival at this point.
I was like, I can't believe you're doing this to me.
That is too funny.
How was your week?
My week was actually pretty good. I was in a training most of the week. And so my Microsoft Teams notifications were very quiet, which I loved. But then
what does that mean?
So like most companies who work remotely, they use Microsoft Teams.
Is that like instant messenger?
Yes, it's like an instant messenger, but you can have like meetings on there. You can chat and all that kind of stuff. You can put yourself in groups and stuff, but it becomes very overwhelming. So like when your house is quiet and then you hear ding, ding, ding.
Is that the chime?
Yes, when they're calling you or they're just the chats and stuff like that, you have to put yourself on do not disturb so you don't hear any of it. So the fact that I was in training Monday through Thursday and then on Friday, I was, back at my regular duties. It was just, I was so overstimulated. I was like, can everybody just shut the fuck up? Because it was like a self-paced training or whatever. So it was very quiet. And you just have to do certain assignments and send it back to your preceptor. And
I
all that
love
kind of
that.
Stuff.
It's like school.
Yeah, exactly. But you're getting paid, which is great.
Even better.
Yeah. But I mean, it was cool. It was just like, I like learning new systems. Like I like learning new software systems and stuff like that. That fascinates me. I don't know why, but it just does.
So you're a loser nerd.
Well, I mean, then I started going to the gym. Well, going back to the gym, but I did morning sessions this week.
Really? What time do you go?
I went like 6:45 in the morning.
Damn.
Yeah. Which was packed, and I was like, why are all y'all people at the gym at like 7:30 in the morning?
It's the resolution people still.
But why aren't you at work? Because you should be at work by 7 or 8.
Everyone works from home now.
That's true.
Did you see the article about how all these like small towns they had this influx of people moving to these rural areas during COVID because everyone could work from home. So people bought houses and all this stuff. Well, now everyone has to go back to the office.
Yeah.
So they're just having this weird like
migration.
Yeah.
I mean, working from home is cool. It does get isolating to a degree, but I mean, if you're an introvert and you like to stay home already, then it's beautiful. Like I actually enjoy being in my house. Like I have made my house very comfortable for me. So the place that I run to refuge is my house.
It's because you don't have kids.
That's very true.
I feel like if you had kids running around, you'd be like, I gotta get out of this
I'd never come
house.
home. Yeah. I'd be the parent that went for some milk and never came back. But yeah, when
we
you
all
don't
have one of those.
Yeah, when you don't have kids and you can come and go as you please, like it's just a beautiful life. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
I take for granted how quiet my house is.
Yes.
And then anytime I go, because our house was always loud. There was always people or TV. And now when I go to other people's houses, I'm like, shh.
Yeah. Well, see, most of my friends have kids. So anytime I'm on the phone with my kids, speaking to existence.
Preach that.
Anytime I'm on the phone with my friends and they're always screaming at their kids. What are you doing? And I'm just like, do you need to call me back? Like having
uninterrupted.
Oh my! I will literally call my best friend if I need to talk and vent. I would be like, hey, I need to talk. Can you go in your bathroom or go in the pantry, go in the car? Somewhere. Yeah, because I'm like, I need to talk and I don't need to be interrupted by baby Carter saying, mommy, I want to show you this. But or my nephew saying, mommy, I need you. He does this thing where he's just like, I need you. And I'm like, you're not dying.
For what?
I just wanted to show you this. It's like Stuart from Mad TV. Look at this. Hi. Look at this. It's so crazy. But other than that, my week was actually really, really good. Other than, I I don't know if your HOA is like this, but
it probably is.
My neighborhood mailman is very rude and disrespectful. I don't know if you like. Are you a part of like your neighborhood's Facebook page?
Absolutely
no.
Not.
Okay.
I'm young and I'm colored. I'm not a part of.
What does
Facebook
that mean? Like what does that?
I'm
mean?
not joining it. I'm not doing it.
But you find out really good information, like if you need a plumber in the community, an AC man or something.
They come to me if they need something. They already know they got to come to me.
Well, they probably can't find you because you're never home unless you have a leak or something outside
my
your house.
My cop neighbor knows how to find me because he searched my information once already.
Well, that's awesome.
Ran my plates.
I love that for you. Well, so my mailman, he's very aggressive. And I don't know if this guy is new or not, but he's very aggressive. Like, because people, like in my community, it's a newer community, so we don't have mailboxes in front of our house. It's like a community mailbox, but it's like around the corner. And I'm
Do you like that?
No, I don't at all.
Seems
because
annoying.
It is, because even when you're coming home from work, I don't want to have to do another stop all the way down the damn street.
You work at home.
But I'm saying, but I don't want to. But the thing is, if I don't drive anywhere for 3-4 days,
you could take a little walk, a little hot girl walk.
This is me you're talking about.
That's true.
I will wait 20 minutes for a parking spot in the front of the building. Anywhere I go. But anyway, so he messages us on Facebook and he's just like, please go empty in capital letters your mailbox today. If you are expecting packages and it shows delivered, please go get them. I have way too many residents who have not pulled mail in over 10 days. Come Thursday, I will return to sender, aka UNC, unclaimed 40 plus mailboxes. Why are you so aggressive?
Is he not allowed to take the mail to the door?
No, because it's the community mailbox little thing. So it's you have like a little mailbox, like the little slot, and they put your stuff. But he probably can't.
Angry.
But he always sends messages like that. Like every 60 days he sends like a threatening message.
Are you allowed to do that? Why is he in the group Facebook?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude. He's like, there's no more room to put packages, and people have packages. So he's like, if you order something from Amazon, go check your mailbox.
These damn people in their Amazon.
Maybe it's just not that important, Dave. I mean, his name's
but also,
not Dave,
I'm one of those people who was like, I know when my package is coming.
Yeah.
And I want it. That's why I ordered it.
Yeah.
What does it feel like? Are these like freaking influencers that get PR? Who's leaving all their packages laying around?
I don't, because listen, from the time it say shipped, I'm watching it.
Same.
I'll get the alerts on my text message, UPS. Okay, they have now stopped in Memphis, Tennessee.
Who are you people that just leave your packages hanging out?
They're crazy.
Like I ordered it because I need it and I need it now. Like I never order things in advance.
It's probably people who have it on like saved and subscribed from Amazon, so they forget they forget that it's a reoccurring thing.
Interesting.
But I'm like, why are you not watching your money?
I treat my card like a damn gift card.
Yeah. Well, speaking of mail, what were you talking about? UPS drivers.
There are 2 UPS drivers in Texas that just got charged because they were creating false labels through their job. They were boxing these packages that are full of Coke, and they were like delivering it on their route.
Cocaine. Wow.
Nose candy.
The devil's powder.
Devil's powder. That's what we've always called it.
That's kind of smart.
I think so too.
That's smart.
You're always at the same places, but you're mobile. And no one would think twice about seeing the mailman at the same kinds of places every day.
And then even to your route, even though your route is
you're leaving a box
tracked
somewhere. Like
right. And even though your route is tracked, nobody's checking your logs like that to make sure that it lines up with the actual packages in UPS.
Listen, they were onto something.
That's smart. How long did they have this thing going on?
I think only from like May to October.
Y'all need a driver? Oh, it's done. Damn it.
Yeah, okay. No, they got. It is done. Okay. We will not be joining them on this venture.
Never mind.
But also, hey, economy is about to crash. You would you would snitch.
No, I definitely wouldn't.
If they like fucked something up, you found a box of cocaine at your front door. Mm-hmm. Next step. What would you do?
I'm gonna leave it the fuck there. No, you know what I would do? I would kick it in the road.
I'm gonna break it down.
I'm kicking it in the road. I'm not, because
use a reacher.
Whoever that box belongs to, they're gonna come back for it, and I'm not. My fingerprints are not gonna be on it. I'm gonna kick it right in the road like it's one of them old newspapers that I don't want. No, I'm gonna just kick it in the road. I don't know whose box this is.
Interesting.
Or I'll put it on our community Facebook. Hey, anybody want a free box? Some cocaine?
Dude, when I lived in Austin, it was when that box bomber was going around.
That was scary.
It was so scary.
Because I had just moved here.
Amazon started hiding our packages, but I would find these boxes like hidden off to the side, and I would be like, "What the fuck?"
Is somebody trying to?
I don't want to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was really nervous because I was buying a lot of. I was buying a lot of shit from Amazon at the time because Amazon had the 2-hour delivery. They were just trying it out, but it was in my area, in my neighborhood, and
that's dangerous. 2-hour delivery.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I was doing it every day. So I was like, and I would just kick the box every so often just to make sure nothing was in there.
Nice.
Like crazy, but yeah, that was scary.
People
that was
are
really
wild.
scary. They really are. I'll tell you what else is kind of scary. What were you telling me about the Oregon?
Lovely place.
Specifically about the homeless.
Oregon has started this new legislation, or they're trying to get it passed to where they would give homeless people $1,000 a month to use as they would like. Which
is Oregon a place that has really high, like, homelessness?
Listen,
population?
I don't know the numbers because I'm not a numbers girl, but I would say because of the amount of drugs that are legal, there's probably a big homeless population.
In Oregon? Who the fuck lives in Oregon?
Portland, dude.
Oh, Portland, you're right.
People be doing wild shit in Portland.
Is that the only, like, popular place?
That's the only place in Oregon. There's only one city, and it is Portland.
It's Portland. That's all I know.
I couldn't tell you another one.
Portland Trailblazers.
There you go.
Yes.
Boom, baby.
That's right.
Any other thing in Portland? The trail, the Oregon Trail, or the Trailblazers, that all goes together. What was the trail?
We're at Twin Peaks. That's Minnesota, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Something like that.
Anyway, my thing is, in an ideal world, this is great. I'd love to give money to people who really need it. Hopefully they'd make good use of it.
We're people that need money.
That's true.
Right.
Very true. I'm not saying we don't.
Right.
How do you know they're going to, I would assume you're giving this to them to use for, like, I don't know, housing, food, transportation. Is this just like a good old boy system? Like, how do you know they're going to use it for that and not for, like, I don't know.
I don't know that it necessarily matters what they're going to use the money for, because I think that that's their prerogative.
I can 100% guarantee it's taxpayer money.
Right. But
and I hate to get all on you.
Your money's going to Ukraine right now, okay? And other things that are not pertaining to you.
But if I see this seemingly homeless person, what if they're just like sporting fucking Yeezys and shit? They just have on Beats.
So I think that there needs to be some kind of like regulations with it. So like if
new grill side,
if they're going to give $1,000 to homeless people who are homeless or the unhoused, I think what they need to do,
person first language.
Exactly. I think what they need to do is you need to ensure that this person has a full-time job. If you don't have a full-time job making at least minimum wage, you should not qualify, right? Number two, because I think that should be different from disability, because there are people who are homeless who take advantage of the homeless system, which there really is no system, but they take advantage of that because they really don't want to work and be a productive citizen of society. There are a lot of homeless people that are out, people who are unhoused, who fell onto hard times. And again, because we're all one paycheck away from being homeless anyway.
I know that's right.
And there are people who are trying to climb themselves out of a hole, but it's very difficult to climb yourself out of a hole.
My thing is $1,000 is
it's not a lot of money.
It's not a lot when you're without home. Yeah. Like, what are you trying, like, especially in a place like Portland, like, that's an expensive place to live. So what are they supposed to do? Here's this $1,000 check. You can maybe put a down payment or something. You have no furniture. You have no food. You can't pay for utilities until you're like.
But the thing is, too, that's what I said. $1,000 is really not a lot of money, because even if you think about those, like, what are those things called? The little stay places, or whatever, where you have to pay like $300 a week.
Oh, so then long-term housing.
Like or even if you stay at a hotel and you get a room, like even if it's a Motel 6 or something, it's going to be like $200. Those extended stays. That's what I was trying to say. Extended stays are like $200, $300 a week.
I wonder why they don't just offer them housing or a job, like a job program. Like, you can, as long as you're working through this system, you can stay here in this place for free that we have, as long as you follow these rules and there's a time period, and then we'll give you a little supplemental check so you can get a little.
I think there are programs like that, but I also think going back to the Bible, right? For those who subscribe to Christianity,
I've heard of it.
The poor you will have with you always. So at some point, it's capitalistic, and poor people are profitable because you get to run those companies and those businesses, and you really don't take advantage. Like they're not accessible. So you get to claim, well, we have all this free money, but none of the homeless are coming to us, but we keep getting PPP loans. It's all capitalistic.
A lot of people who are living on the streets don't know how to manage money.
I don't think that's true.
I think that's true. I think there's a lot of mental health issues, and you don't know how to manage money. So you're throwing money at this problem, and you're not saying like, hey, would you like me to help you manage this money and not just go and fucking blow it on a couple of meals and
I think there is some truth in that, but I do think that there are more people who are homeless who maybe have made one bad decision or chose to put gas in their car versus paying their rent. And especially in this economy now where rent is going up $500, $600, $700, like you can't dig yourself out of that. So it's not that you don't have good money management skills. You don't make enough money. And I don't care what Dave Ramsey says. Bitch, if you don't make enough money, you can't pull yourself out of debt.
Yeah, but it's hard to manage money you don't have.
True. Anyway. And then if you're not paying what you should be paying as far as minimum wage, like the fact that you're talking about $15 an hour is not a lot of money. That's not what people can survive on.
I wonder what the cost of living is in Oregon. I know that there's more places in Oregon than Portland.
I mean, is Portland really expensive? I don't know anything about Oregon other than the Portland Trailblazers.
All I know is that Damian Lillard just put out another rep. He was stuck on a private plane for 7 hours.
He's a multimillionaire.
Portland's housing expenses are 62% higher than the national average.
God damn.
Transportation expenses like bus and gas are 22% higher than that national average.
They might as well be LA.
Grocery prices are 8% higher.
That's insane. Yeah, get out of Oregon.
So guess where we're not moving?
Not to Oregon. Unless we're making $200,000 a year, then yeah.
There's only 660,000 people in Portland. It's Oregon's largest city. See, that's why that's the only one. I was going to say, I don't
know anything else.
60% of the state of Oregon lives in Portland.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
That's crazy. Ain't shit else there.
Shit. That's why we don't know anything. We're not wrong. There's not shit going on in Oregon besides Portland.
Yeah. How do they have an NBA team? Who's paying for these games? How do they have money? What, like?
Well, when 60% of the whole damn state lives in one city, you just got to rally behind that team.
Yeah, but if they're, man, no. I just think that there are programs for the homeless population, but I also think that the programs are really fucked up because if they're government led, they're going to be fucked up. Yeah. And you have a lot of these people who are on social media who do outreach. There's this one lady, I wish I knew her name. She's a black lady and she goes out to, I think it's Skid Row. She gives out tents and blankets and food and stuff like that. And she allows them to choose what they want. And it's also too a part about giving your dignity back. But a lot of these cities, they have police officers and they're only told by the city to do it. So it's not like the police officers are doing it themselves, but they go and they kick down their tents and, you know, these little tent cities that they build up, which I understand why they do it. But, you know, you can't just tell somebody, oh, well, pick up your tent and go somewhere else. There's nowhere else to go but the ground. Like, where the fuck else are they going to go?
They had a 22% rise in homelessness in the last 2 years.
I think everybody has.
That is crazy.
And that's why the amount of squatters has gone up. But you have a lot of these tiny house communities they're trying to build tiny house communities, which I think is amazing. Especially for the unhoused. Because Oregon gets cold, doesn't it?
I would say. Yeah. It's pretty up there.
That's horrible.
Loud.
All right, well, we got to talk about it. The Murdaugh case. Give us the insight on it.
That ginger-headed motherfucker. I'm so glad he was guilty. I cannot believe someone that...
Oh, my God.
Physically unattractive.
He looks like a serial killer.
He looks like he has perverse thoughts.
Yeah, he does.
There's just something about a squished face, redheaded.
His eyes tell you that he wants to bite into the brain of a human being.
Also, your name is Alexander, but they call you Alec. And something about that doesn't sit right with me. Like, your name is either Alexander and we call you Alex, or your name is Alec and we call you Alec. I don't understand. It pissed me off the whole movie. Well, I mean, the whole documentary.
I was like, no, this is real life. This is definitely real life.
I thought it was a dream.
So you got to set it up. Who was Alex Murdaugh?
Alexander Murdaugh was a lawyer in one of the Carolinas in
North
Carolina. Thank you. All the same here. I feel like we talked about him a while ago because I was like, how are you a lawyer that gets caught for murder? Yeah. Shouldn't you take a class on that? I don't know. Or just be better at it. Yeah. So he, his wife and son showed up dead one day and he was like, oh no, I'm so sad. What happened? Someone shot them.
But it wasn't me.
So he had been awaiting trial. They just finished a trial, great timing on Netflix. They just released a documentary, which basically said that this family was running rampant in this town. His sons were just like pieces of shit who could do whatever they want with no consequences. The family was crazy. There's multiple murders in that town that are tied to this family because they could just do whatever they want and cover up whatever. If you like true crime, I would watch it. It was.
Did you see at the very end of the Netflix documentary where he says, "Is Netflix releasing something about this?" Yeah. I was like, perfect timing, Netflix.
He was just found guilty of the murder of his wife and son. There is something. There's something different about killing a stranger and killing your wife and son.
How do you kill your child?
That looks just like you.
Now, as a non-parent, I see kids in the Walmart all the time that I want to knock out, right? But would I shoot them? No. Because shooting is like a pow and then pow. Like, it's not like you're defending yourself or whatever the case may be. Like, you legit shot your wife and then you're like, oh, shit. And then I shot my son. What? Like, that will start out.
This man did all these horrible things.
Crazy.
Kills his wife and his son. Just like horrible actor on the 911 call. I need you to really commit if you're going to do this. That's my other thing. If you're going to do these crazy things, you got to commit. You got to like throw yourself into the act. You are now an entirely different person.
You got to be fighting for an Oscar.
Give me something to work with.
Yeah, definitely.
He then decides that he's going to pay his drug dealer, because of course he's addicted to opiates.
Of course.
He's going to pay his drug dealer to kill him so that his surviving son, Buster, of course, will receive some money from all of this, because he's like, well, I fucked my shit up. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da. Okay. The whole plan goes to shit because you're asking probably another drug-addicted person
to go through with the murder.
To give you this plan, right?
Yeah.
So then he's sitting there, shot, not dying, and he has to call 911 on himself to be like, oh, actually, I don't want to die. I've been shot. I need someone to come and help me. An idiot.
That wasn't.
We're not. You can't 1 foot in and 1 foot out a murder. All right.
Where was the other son though? Why wasn't he there?
The other son was failing out of college.
Oh, okay.
Or law school or something.
Well, he has uncles and a grandfather who clearly is going to pay for him, so he's good.
Maybe he'll get that whole documentary. I was like, we know white privilege is alive and well, but honey,
it continues to rear its ugly head. Well, and I think that's you can only do like grimy shit like that for so long before that shit catches up to you. Yeah. Like, you can only do it for so long.
It's especially bad in these small towns because everyone knows, but they're just like, that's just how it is.
Because they can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Like, what are you going to do? These people will ruin your life.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, they'll try to. And it's the worst part is just like listening to these they were young kids then. Mm-hmm. They're like probably in their 20s now, who were friends with the son that died, was murdered. And because he also was boating while intoxicated, killed a teenage girl.
And they covered it up.
And they covered it up for him. But so sad. These kids were so young and they were like, we knew what we were doing was wrong. We knew we shouldn't have been in that boat, but he was just, Well,
when you have power and money and influence, it doesn't matter.
Ugh. Having to listen to parents talk about their dead children and other, horrible. Great watch, though.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what else is going on with white privilege. So Tennessee, this wonderful state of Tennessee. I don't know that it's wonderful, but anyway, wonderful? It's not.
Have you ever been to Tennessee?
No, never want to go. Hell no. Hell
I don't think it's on my list of top 10s.
I mean, Memphis sounds nice, but...
Memphis? I would go for some barbecue. Supposed to have good barbecue.
No.
Is Elvis Memphis? Where's Graceland?
I thought Graceland was up north somewhere.
You can keep
Ohio.
Talking. No.
I don't know. Probably not.
Ain't shit in Ohio.
I think it is Tennessee.
Then where's Dolly World?
Dolly World? Oh, Kentucky? I don't know.
Graceland is in Memphis.
Ooh.
Score 1 for me.
You get 1.
Dollywood. That's what I'm talking about. Dollywood is also in Tennessee.
Okay.
Man, some bangers out there.
So is Chris Stapleton, Tennessee whiskey. Anyway, so Tennessee has been in the news lately because they have this, they proposed this bill called HB 1245, and it's basically a bill to bring back the firing squad as well as the electric chair. Now, there are some states...
Things we've truly missed in this country.
Well, Texas still has the electric chair here.
Oh, yes, we do.
Mississippi still has the electric chair, I think, and still Alabama. And parts of Georgia still have the electric chair, I think, as well.
What unifies all those places?
The Bible Belt. The South and racism. Anywho, but this one particular representative, Republican... because that's surprising. His name is Representative Sherrill. He basically wants to add hanging by a tree to this particular bill, and he asked if he could co-sponsor the bill.
This has to be some smoke and mirror shit. There's no
Something
way.
else is going on.
There's no fucking way. That doesn't even make, like, no one would.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would vote for it.
I mean, yes, they would vote for it, but no one would. Who's just sitting there like, you know what we need to bring back?
Clearly, Representative Cheryl.
There has to.
Sherrill,
I refuse to believe it.
I just feel like the Republican Party is trying to go backward, obviously.
That's some Handmaid's Tale shit.
But the thing is, you're not going to be successful, because I'm just telling you right now, this generation, Gen Z and millennials, we're not putting up. We're going to shoot our way up out this bitch. That's all. We're going to shoot our ways up out of this. You have relaxed the gun laws, and guess what? We're taking advantage of them, and we're going to shoot our way up out of here, and you ain't going to survive. That's all I'm saying. Like, all this shit that they're trying to repeal with, you know, African-American history and critical race theory, which is nothing but American history. You know, you don't want your own pictures, the pictures of your grandparents, the pictures of your aunts and your uncles and your mamas out here, that you were racist ass pieces of shit, and y'all doing stupid shit like this. I'm telling you, y'all are only going to be able to survive so much longer. And this is how you know that the white race is evaporating at this point, because y'all are pulling out all the stops for no fucking reason. If y'all were really that powerful, you wouldn't have to do all this bullshit. But all I'm saying is Gen Z gonna show your ass.
That is,
and millennials too, because we tired.
Crazy.
You want to bring back hanging by a tree, sir? Like in 2023? I hope you go to hell. I hope you get a full scholarship straight to the hottest portion of hell. You're an idiot.
That is like a horrible way. I mean, no.
But the fact that you're a representative in Congress of a state that has
that is rich
in racism, and specifically hanging of black bodies, and the fact that you would say that, and the thing is, he said it with a smirk on his face. In 2023, you're gonna get what you asking for, sir, and I promise you, when you get it, it ain't gonna be what you thought it was gonna be, and that ain't no threat on your life from me. That's all I'm saying is the universe and karma gonna get your ass, and it's gonna show you better than they can tell you.
Speaking of racist shit that'll make you think twice. Me at work.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about that in Rehab Corner.
This week. Oh, we could talk about it in the Rehab Corner.
Yeah, let's talk about that in the Rehab Corner.
Are you going to cut that out?
Yeah.
What a good segue, though. Did you hear that?
It was really... I might leave it in because it was a really good segue.
Hey, listen, I practice in the mirror.
I'll try to give you another one.
Can you imagine I'm just standing with a mic in the mirror?
I'm practicing with the mic in the mirror. Hey.
God, what happened to Michael Jackson? I know what happened to Michael Jackson.
I'll tell you what else is racist. So we got to talk about it. As y'all know, Fowler is an esteemed alumni of the Howard University.
You know?
Home of the Ruby Huxtables.
I'm going to get flamed in the comments for that one. Y'all, I tried to go to Howard. I applied for grad school.
And they kept her application money.
They said, how white are you? 60%. Get the fuck out of it. They just tossed it.
So apparently there's a white student that is actually suing Howard University
for $2 million American dollars
for discrimination, alleging that the school created a hostile education environment.
Yes.
I want to hear what your thoughts are about it first.
Okay, here's my thought.
And it's to their law school, not to the actual like undergrad.
So, okay. When you have something that's meant for the population at large,
yeah,
like I don't know, public wide institution where a lot of people have gone for a lot of time, right? And you are in the minority at this big place and you are being discriminated against, totally understand. Totally understand. When you go sit at the cool table with the unfriendly black hotties and they're unfriendly to you, and you happen to be not of their culture, not of the thing that they segregated away from so that they could have their own thing. No. Shut the fuck up. No. What did you think was going to happen? Also, wasn't he saying some crazy shit in the group chat on the Canvas, whatever it is?
Here's the thing about the difference between PWIs and HBCUs. PWIs act, and this is alleged. I'm just going to say this, even though we know it's true. Alleged. PWIs discriminate against people of color, specifically black people, but they don't discriminate only when they need to meet a quota in order to get funding. We know that to be a fact, okay, of PWIs, allegedly. Just anyway, but it's true. Anyway, HBCUs don't necessarily, I'll say this. Some HBCUs do have a quota to meet diversity. Like they have a diversity quota, right? And diversity doesn't just mean black people. It means people of every...
Diverse people, right?
It
means a melting pot.
Exactly. Which includes also white people as well. The problem is that black people have never fought to be at white schools because we want to be white. We wanted education. And the problem with white people coming over into black spaces expecting main character energy, that's the problem as to why you don't get what you want. If you didn't have, just because you think that Howard University is a lower level school because it is a black school and that it doesn't have somewhat standards in their law school, you somehow think, well, I'm white and I'm smart, I'm supposed to get in. Well, no, you're competing with other people who have way better GPAs than you, way more community service hours, because let's be clear, black people have to have 10 times more intelligence and volunteer hours and everything else just to compete at the mediocrity level of white people. Let's be very clear. Their ceiling will always be our floor. And that's part of the problem. So when you come to a black school thinking, oh, there's no way I could be turned away from this school, I'd have to be accepted. No, because we have a standard over here. And that goes for every HBCU. I'm sorry. When I went to FAM, I don't care how unprofessional the financial aid department was or the housing department was. When it came to them grades, my professors did not play. I don't care if they gave you half the information. They still had an expectation for you to know that shit.
Figure it out.
Figure it the fuck out.
I had to do it without a book or a teacher.
Exactly. And I had a Kroger sack lunch. So, I mean, come on. But the fact that you called a black school discriminatory, why would you? First of all, that lets us know that you're not smart. Because why couldn't you make it in your own school?
I think there's culturally in a predominantly white space when you say these, ooh.
I was like, are you crying?
I just get really emotional about dumb white people. When you say these, what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial things in like group chats and in group discussions and things like that. There's usually this buffer of other people being like, well, maybe this and maybe that and maybe that. Okay, when you say those controversial things in a group full of the people that you're talking about, they're not going to back you up.
No.
And there's not going to be this safe space for you.
Well, because this happens every couple of years. There was a white girl who did the same thing like a couple years ago where she
didn't get into UT.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, you keep suing black schools for no reason. And I'm like, here's the thing. Black schools traditionally cannot be discriminatory. You know why? They only exist because they were discriminated against. Money is money at this point to any HBCU. So they're not going to be discriminatory against Becky or Ralph because you're a paying student that is coming to give them funds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
HBCUs can't afford to.
We don't like your attitude and you're fucking funky. So what?
Well, then even too, they were saying that on this person's Twitter that
shit ain't sitting right.
Well, the person claimed that they are depressed. Who the fuck cares? Because you're not depressed. Shut the fuck up.
At HBCU, I beg to differ.
There's no way you can be.
I would have been a whole lot happier.
So he's seeking, this person is seeking $2 million in monetary damages for what he calls the pain and suffering, emotional anguish, and damage to his reputation. First of all,
what do you think happened to black people for 200 years in this country?
You're a white man in fucking America. You have white privilege. Shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a shit about you. You ain't got no real fucking depression. Talking about suicidal thoughts.
I have a lawyer for you. His name is Alex Murdaugh. You guys will have a great time together.
So apparently they were saying that, so he said that the lawsuit basically said that some students have learned that there was a tweet that he made from his private Twitter account where he shared a photo of a slave revealing his badly scarred back. And he had the caption, but we don't know what he did before the picture was taken. It's like shit like that. But then you come into black spaces again, expecting to be the main character and expecting your white privilege to work over here. We don't have black privilege. Please don't understand. If you don't have the grades, your ass don't get in. And that's with any black school.
Also, these people worked These people? What people?
Yes, these Robert Downey Jr.
Also,
he's the only person with a blackface. Listen, Ronnie Downey Jr. is the only white man in America who will never get paid for blackface.
An entire movie was in blackface, and people were like, Tropic Thunder.
He was playing a dude that was playing another dude. Playing another dude in blackface. So it technically was not Robert Downey Jr. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. We'll never forget it. There were individuals who worked for years to make this kind of community happen and be respected and you're just coming in and shitting all the fuck over. It's a safe place for these people to learn and to be and to have these discussions. And you're like, no. Also, everyone, go delete your old tweets, idiots. All of you, go delete your fucking Twitter. I'm tired of the old tweets resurfacing.
I was talking to Fowler before we started recording, and I told her, I said, honestly, I think it's okay to be discriminatory and racist in your house or in your car. The minute it comes out of those two places, it's now a problem. Like, I think all of us, honestly, me included,
listen,
when I'm driving, especially when it comes to road rage, I'm calling you every name in the book, and it's not a great one. So don't record me in my car because I'm going to say some shit. Now, does that come out in my clinical practice? No. Does it come out in social spaces? Absolutely not.
And you know what? If it did, what would happen? Consequences.
Exactly. Because I'm black and I can't say shit like that.
No.
You know, but white privileges, I can call you a nigga and say, I'm sorry.
And then get a scholarship.
And then get a scholarship.
To go play football at a freaking HBCU. I
cannot. Just stop. White people, here's what I want y'all to do. Just stop going to black spaces, expecting to be the main character. You're not. You're the anomaly. And truth be told, we don't want you there. Some people don't want you there. I'm kidding. I'm serious. And
again, very different, because if you were a black student at a white school, I would not be telling you should not be suing. Because it's very different.
And it's
dynamics are flipped.
People have shown physical evidence of rejection letters from white schools saying that because you are a Negro, you are not allowed in this school. So didn't even take your experience into consideration. But again, you can't come to black schools expecting, like, giving the bare minimum and expecting to get in. The fact that some people are just like, well, it should be easy for me to get into FAMU. Why the fuck do you think that? I'm sorry. FAMU produces the most African-American degrees, undergrad and graduate, of any other HBCU in the nation. And you think you're gonna come there with a 2.0? You done lost your fucking mind to not think that a prestigious university like Florida A&M University does not have a standard. You are crazy to think that you can go to Howard, Fisk, Wiley, Savannah State, anywhere, any other HBCU, and think that we don't have standards just because we're black. Because guess what? In order to operate in the world, in the real world, again, we have to be 10 times better just to compete on a mediocre stage. And you think you're going to come in and just, well, I'm white, so I should have privilege here. Sir, your white privilege don't exist at HBCU, boo.
I just need you to zoom out, sir, and realize that you are suing a historically black college.
You're not going to win.
For emotional damages.
Emotional damage.
Sir. These people are the most abused people in the goddamn country.
Well, you have no merits. You're just going to waste your time and money.
You're mad because people called you on your bullshit, which culturally is right on par for a black school. And you didn't like it. Because
all they're going to do is pull your records and say, this is why we accepted this student over this student. This is why we accepted this student over this student. And if you didn't make the cut, you didn't make the cut. Go try at another damn school. I didn't get accepted into FAMU, like the physical therapy program, the first time that I applied. Now, am I going to sit here and say, well, you know what? They're discriminating against me because I'm black. No, I didn't get the grades to get in. So which means I had to take some shit over in order to get the grades to get in. I mean, I didn't do that, but I'm just saying, I just waited. I was like, Lord, do it.
I had to play the game to get into UT.
It's crazy. What were you telling me about a black chef, though? Speaking in the vein of black people.
First of all, we love a black chef.
My cousin's a black chef.
The first African... Your cousin's a black chef?
He is. In New York, actually. Shouts out to my cousin Suleiman. I haven't seen him in years, though. But,
but I hope you're doing well.
I hope you're doing well. I think he exists.
The first black chef to get a Michelin star in New York just got his Michelin star, which is a huge deal.
What is a Michelin star?
Like fancy Michelin stars.
Okay.
A Michelin star restaurant is like that's the shit. Like
creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme. You got a Michelin star. It means like your shit is chef's kiss.
Okay.
And it's like it's a BFD to get
Big
that.
Fucking deal.
It's very hard. Yeah.
IDK, my BFF Jill.
IDK, my BFF Jill. His name is Charlie Mitchell.
Okay.
And he's cute.
Oh, he's nice looking.
What a nice looking chef, man. I just can't believe it's 2023 and that this is the first African-American Michelin star earner in New York.
But this white dude wants to discriminate. Say that he was discriminated against Howard. It's crazy.
But yeah, It's his restaurant's called Clover Hill. It's in Brooklyn Heights, and I want to go.
What kind of food does he sell?
Fancy shit.
Oh,
like
Nobu.
Yeah, well, prices. I don't think it's Nobu prices. Probably Nobu price, especially now if you got a Michelin star, sir.
It's very true. I've never heard of a Michelin star.
I've never been to a Michelin restaurant. I've been to like Michelin adjacent, like they're Michelin nominated, but it's delicious. So I can't imagine. But
and is this like Michelin tires?
Yeah.
So why? Okay. So why is Michelin tires telling people how great they are? Is it because Michelin is like the standard of tires?
You saw that fat ass marshmallow man. He got to eat.
Yeah, but the Kool-Aid man eats too. So
no, it started as
I guess he's a cook,
according
so
to Wikipedia, Michelin stars are restaurants using top quality ingredients where dishes with distinct flavors are prepared to a consistently high standard.
So
and
just bougie.
2 Michelin stars are awarded when the personality and talent of the chef are evident in the dishes. It started as like the Michelin guide, like the tire company. Yeah. They put out this guide of like, hey, while you're road tripping, here are restaurants you can stop at that we think are really good. And then it just became this like top tier in the zeitgeist thing of like, oh, it has a Michelin star. It has a Michelin star. And now it's this huge thing.
Kind of like a board cert. Like you're board certified, so you're supposed to be better.
Yeah, it started like that, but now it's like, I don't even know how many Michelin star restaurants there are.
I was going to say, are there any in San Antonio?
Fuck no.
Comfort Cafe should be a Michelin star. I'm sorry. They just should.
No, did you watch The Menu? That movie?
No, not yet. I started it and then I stopped it.
So like that's the vibe of Michelin star restaurants. Okay. There are 200 Michelin star restaurants in the U.S.
Damn. That's a little bit. Shit.
Yeah. We should go to all of them. Ooh, 3 Michelin star. I wonder how many have 3 Michelin stars.
What's the amount of stars you can get? Like 5?
3.
Oh.
I think 3.
That's the max.
But anyway, exciting for him. Love that. We love supporting Black people.
Yeah. I'll tell you what else has been Black. You can probably understand this better than I can. So on social media, I don't know if y'all been seeing this thing about, I don't even know how this thing came about, but kind of piggybacking on HBCU world. People have been doing this HBCU Hogwarts thing from like Harry Potter, and I've never watched Harry Potter. I've never read the book, so sue me, who cares? So I don't understand it, but I think it's really cool for Black people to have their own like fantasy world, sci-fi. I guess it's not sci-fi. What is
high fantasy? High fantasy. Actually, I don't think it's high fantasy. It's just fantasy.
Oh, okay. But I think that I love the fact that they've taken over J.K. Rowling's characters.
HBCU Hogwarts has been my favorite TikTok trend probably in like the last 4 or 5 months. They got
steps and sororities and fraternities.
When I tell you, the way they remixed the damn Hogwarts theme song.
I love being Black.
To make it like it was an HBCU band. I love being Black. And now I'll see like, it'll be like, if you're at a Hogwarts party and they give the ox to the Latino, and like it's just not giving what it's not giving what's supposed to give. Like, let Black people have this.
Yeah,
it's my favorite Black History Month.
Well, because you know traditionally they don't allow us to have fantasy. Like fantasy doesn't exist for Black people,
even though Hermione was supposed to be Black.
Exactly. I mean, come on now. Zeus
well, and now there's a new Harry Potter video game that everyone's talking about. I don't even play video games, and I want to play it because everyone's playing it.
Oh, was that the PlayStation Hogwarts thing? I think at some point in time I'm gonna sit down and actually watch a Harry Potter.
You haven't watched any of the Harry Potter movies?
No, I've never even read the books. No, I don't even know what Harry Potter is even about. Okay, is it similar to the Chronicles of Narnia?
No. Oh my God.
I've never, no. I
haven't seen it. No. We can't do this anymore.
Why not?
Because what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not into fantasy like that.
Nary a Harry Potter film. Not a single one. Not even Harry Potter Weekend on like Freeform.
No. I've never even seen like the Twilight series. None of that.
Oh my God.
I'm not into fantasy like that.
Ella,
I'm really not.
Where the hell you been, Loca? You never seen that?
No.
Y'all, this is hard. This is a big cavern in our friendship.
What's that TV show that was on HBO with Lafayette and they were like
True Blood?
True Blood. I did see True Blood.
Okay, no. No.
My mom likes fantasy, but I don't like fantasy.
Come on. That was my entire childhood.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I watch Loki and stuff, and Thor.
Okay, no, not even a little bit the same. This was
I've never seen it.
Okay, just think of this. The year is 2001.
I'm a junior in high school.
Okay, so I can understand why it was a little different for you. But it was like, I think the first one came out around 2001. But it was like, there was no book like this book when it came out. And it was like this cool world. The world building was so great. You'd stay up and have to go to Borders to get the book. You'd read it all night.
Borders. That was the time.
Then when the movies came out, you were just like, whoa. Like,
well, the thing is, I didn't realize that black people were so hooked on Harry Potter like that.
But I think black people, yeah.
I mean, we love fantasy, but not, I mean, I think black people love to delve into fantasy, but I didn't, like, I just only associated, like...
It's because you grew up in the church. You didn't know about Harry Potter.
Yeah, true. True.
Understandable.
Yeah, and I didn't read like that. I mean, at
didn't pick up a book.
Yeah, nah.
Coldest winter ever, those movies, I used to watch every Harry Potter when it came out at midnight. Like, we would go see it at midnight.
See, I like fiction books. Like, I used to read, like, Eric Jerome Dickey and Sister Soldier, like The Coldest Winter Ever. I used to read stuff like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've never read The Coldest Winter Ever?
No.
That is a life-changing book. Sister Soldier
I'm sorry, have you read Harry Potter?
No.
But Twilight. Twilight was great.
No, I only just saw like clips every now and then where they would turn into like the wolf or whatever and shit.
Here's some really fucked up shit. I'm gonna get real vulnerable and honest with these people.
Oh Jesus.
When like 5th or 6th grade, there was this weird girl at my school and she was reading Twilight. And I was like, you're such a fucking weirdo. You're so weird. Who's reading that? That book looks so weird. Read it the next year, hooked. Read all 3 like back to back to back. Loved Twilight.
That was your karma?
That was my karma.
Yeah. And then didn't the girl Bella cheated on the guy like in real life or some shit?
Oh yeah.
What was that? Or this, I don't know. Anyway.
On Edward Cullen.
I just love how
I cannot believe you've never seen any of those movies.
No,
they're all like. Here's the first thing: the first 2 Harry Potters you don't want to watch now. Like, it's hard to watch now because they suck. Like, the effects aren't really that great. They was trying to.
When did the first one come out?
The first Harry Potter movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, because there was no CGI.
Yeah. But also, like, the people, like the producer or director who whatever changes a couple times throughout the movie. So the first 2 are really like kiddie. It came out in 2001. So when did the first book come out?
I just know it was groundswell and everybody was like, J.K. Rowling, J.K. Rowling. But now people hate her, right? Because
she's like transphobic. Did you hear my stomach?
Ish. That was your stomach?
Yeah.
Make sure you didn't fart.
The first movie.
Well, I'll ask you off air what she actually said because I don't.
The first movie came out in 2001. So, like, and it's very kiddie, like kiddish. Oh, 1997 was the first Harry Potter book.
I was in 7th grade.
Damn. See, that could have been fine. But then it gets like darker and more mature and it really hooks you. Twilight is trash, will always be trash, but it was such a moment at the time when it came out because there was like, we needed that teen fantasy. Toxicity. It was so, God, what a fucking time. I remember me and my best friend made our moms go with us to see Twilight. We read the books, loved it. We made our moms go with us to see the movies. They were pissed. They were like, this is horrible. Why are we watching this? And
but y'all liked it.
Obsessed.
But see, I like The Witcher and stuff now, which is like fantasy, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I like stuff like that now. So maybe I would like it once I see it.
You would like it if you just go in with no expectations. Yeah. You're like, I just need to laugh. I got to see what it's all about.
Yeah. Because I've never seen anything. I don't know anything about it other than people just doing TikToks and that with the little sword or whatever.
So that's, okay. I'll say Twilight is like the Waffle House of movie series. Like,
that's a comparison. Okay.
It hits you here, but like you'd never be like, great dining experience.
At the Waffle House?
At the Waffle House.
Oh, you're going to piss a lot of people off with that.
I'm just saying, but it hits you here.
The Waffle House has great dining. Very professional.
It's not.
And the more teeth they're missing, the better the food.
See, but it's one of those things.
Yeah.
You're like, if it was anywhere else that wasn't Waffle House, you'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Like Huddle House. I hate those.
But because it's Waffle House, you're like, yeah, of course.
Exactly.
And this is what I came for.
I don't go there anymore because I'm bougie, but
see,
great experiences in college.
Wow, I'm really learning a lot about you today.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a little controversy a little bit since we were talking about J.K. Rowling. So in the news lately, or in social media news rather, I've seen this trend of like Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. They are promoting their movie.
Power couple.
Beautiful black men. They're promoting Creed 3, which I think is out now in theaters. And they've been very, very transparent with their brotherhood, their bromance, just showing each other affection. And people online are being very weird about it, like because they hug and they tell each other that they love each other. And people are just like, that's gay. That's gay. And I'm just like, this is why men beat on women.
We figured it out.
Because men, unfortunately, do not have never had a safe space to be vulnerable. And I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race you are. Like, as a kid, little boys are told, men don't cry. Suck it the fuck up.
Put some hair in your chest.
Put some hair in your chest. And you never get a chance to be vulnerable. And then in adulthood, you see 2 heterosexual men who have a great friendship, who have a great working relationship, who are showing each other affection, and you think it's gay? Like so when women do it, it's okay.
That's why they were so pissed off about Moonlight.
Moonlight was I saw that. That was a great movie.
It was a great movie, but they're like, he can't be gay.
But even like, what's the dude from P-Valley who's not gay? I think he plays Uncle Clifford's love interest. But he's not gay in real life. People are like, ain't no way that man ain't really gay if he's kissing on a man.
Who would want to pretend that they were gay for money?
Like, I would.
Hey, listen.
Depends on the check.
Standards over here.
Shit. But I mean, I just think that, first of all, I think their bromance is beautiful. I think it's
They just seem like like, I don't understand. And like the younger I feel like the younger generation, but like
you're the younger generation.
I am the younger. People my age, I see videos all the time of like guy friend groups my age that like hug on each other, compliment each other, do all these things. So I'm hoping that we're phasing out of this. But Jonathan Majors can't catch a fucking break. He wore pink and y'all were calling him all kinds of crazy shit. He's hanging out with his friend. Those pictures are so beautiful of the two of them. Just like, they just look like they're actually friends and get along and how fun. You know, I mean, like freaking Chadwick Boseman just died. Like, you know.
Well, no, I mean, nobody says anything about Samuel L. Jackson and Denzel Washington hugging. Nobody says that they look gay. Is it because they're older men?
Yeah, older men can't be gay. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got, you know, even at one point, Will Smith is a very, like, affectionate guy toward his guy friends. Like, or to just male people in general. So I'm just like, why is it now Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors are somehow gay because they tell each other that they love each other?
They are coming for Michael B. Jordan this month.
But that's how you know he's winning.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, he was such good friends with Chadwick Boseman. They made all these movies together. You just lost one of your closest friends. You have this friendship with this man now. And now every time you post a picture, they're like, you're gay. Like, I don't know.
It's stupid.
Let them be happy and have a friend. Let them take pictures. They could be beating each other up. They could be, you know, saying horrible things about each other. They just looked happy.
Yeah.
Also, what if they're gay? Fuck you. What does it matter?
But again, this is why men are so aggressive. Is because men don't have safe spaces to be vulnerable. And it's not, if a man tells another man he loves them, that's not feminine energy. That's just being a human being. Like, men need just as much nurturing as women do. Like, you can be affectionate, and there are a lot of men who need affection. And they need words of affirmation. They like quality time. They like physical touch. So, like, I don't understand why we get into this, shit is gay, man. Like, me and my friends, we hug, we may kiss on the cheek or something like that. Like, it's normal. It's quote unquote normal for women to do that. But I've seen men who do that. Even my uncles. When my uncles greet each other, they hug each other. They'll sit there. You know what I'm saying? Like they travel with each other. Two men who are heterosexual can sleep in the same bed and it's not gay. Why can't two women do it?
You can compliment your friends. Yeah. You can tell them they look good. You like their outfit.
Don't tell them their dick looks big. That's odd.
I think you can tell them that. I mean, what a nice compliment, bro. Your dick looks huge in those pants. Good job.
Okay, yeah, you can say that, yeah. But I think for most men, they're probably like,
nice piece, man.
Right. I like to try that out.
You're slinging some meat, huh? You're really packing. I wouldn't say that.
Don't say that. No. I mean,
that may make it uncomfortable.
Us women can say, does this make my butt look big? Great, perfect, awesome. You know,
love that for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. What a horribly toxic thing. Y'all need to log off. Yeah, also, just don't comment on it. What the fuck?
It's dumb. It's so dumb.
I need to print those pictures out.
I just think it's beautiful especially for black men, because unfortunately black men in this country, just in the world in general, are not safe to show affection. And because they are regarded as these hyper masculine, hyper aggressive beings, that even seeing any sort of nurturing or any sort of compassion or affection automatically makes them inferior. And it's like, they need love too. And they don't just need love from a woman. They need love from other men as well too. So, I mean, I think the more you create safe spaces for men in general, specifically black men, to feel vulnerable enough to hug their friends, tell their friends that they love them, the more they're going to do it and the more we're going to see it normalized.
I just love that Jonathan Majors is like, y'all crazy. Every time some people say some crazy shit, he's like, well, y'all crazy.
Yeah, you can tell he's very grounded. I just don't like when he cries on film.
Why? You don't? Oh, because he does that little quiver face.
It just looks fake. Like he can act in everything else,
but I just... Atticus was a great crier.
No, it wasn't believable.
I don't think that Michael B. Jordan's not a good crier either.
Nah.
That's how you know they're real men. They don't know.
I think Denzel Washington is an amazing crier. He's a great crier.
Yeah.
It started from Glory.
Ooh.
Like that one tear. I don't know how the fuck he did that shit, but goddamn. I don't know if it was a Visine little drop, but it was perfect. Perfect. But yeah, normalize men out there, for all you men out there, especially men of color, normalize telling your male friends that you love them.
Go out there and tell your little guy friends something good. Yeah, hugs are great.
And you can sit next to them without being considered gay.
You can even let your knees touch a little bit.
Exactly. So, but anyway, all right. Anything else we can talk about before we go into Rehab Corner? We'll talk about these two.
I just need to say that Jordan Woods logged on for the Kylie, Haley, Selena Gomez drama.
That is weird.
And it gave me icky, weird 8th grade drama feelings, but I was also fucking here for it because
Hailey Bieber,
it's getting messy and I love it.
Hailey Bieber scares me. And I think she's low-key a psychopath because I'm sorry, the similarities of things that she's copying from Selena Gomez is giving Alex Murdaugh. So it's very weird.
Here's what I'll say. For those of you who don't know, social media has been blowing the fuck up because Justin Bieber hates his wife, as we've all known. Which I forget that people don't remember like how messy that whole relationship was with him and Selena, and everyone loved them, and he was super toxic to her and got her addicted to drugs, and then
she was on drugs? I thought she had a kidney transplant. Is that why she needed a kidney transplant?
Remember they were on Skid Row buying drugs?
No.
And they were like, oh, our car is broken.
I don't follow them people. I didn't know that.
Bitch.
I just thought she had a kidney transplant.
So they were together. He was horribly addicted to drugs.
Damn.
She was with him.
I know he was.
That's how she started doing
Allegedly.
drugs. Her parents hated him because of that whole situation. He would cheat on her with people she knew. It was like a very messy, toxic thing. Then...
You were invested.
Buckle up. So she and which when all you know how there's things you just plug in your memory and you're like, yeah, everyone knows. Not everyone fucking knows.
No.
So then
because they're kids, I didn't follow them.
Yeah, basically.
It's okay. We don't have to recap.
Kendall and Gigi Hadid, maybe you heard about her.
Yes.
They're all, they were all little fucking friends together. And that was when Kylie was dating Jaden and yada, yada, yada. Who the fuck cares?
Okay.
So they were like, hey, Selena, girl, our real good friend, because they're all friends with Justin Bieber. They're like, we're going to go to Dubai. You should come with us. Selena's like, okay, cool. Yeah, whatever. She goes to Dubai so that Haley and Justin can hook up. That's how they started hooking up. Meanwhile, he's still talking to Selena. They're all still talking to each other. It's all incestual and disgusting. Finally, Selena's family was basically like, you have got to stop. He's horrible for you. All these things keep happening. That's when Justin and Haley kind of go off on their own and they, whirlwind into what we have today. Which, I don't know if you remember this, but they were dating on and off and whatever. They stopped dating. Haley went to the Met Gala with Shawn Mendes, took all these pictures with him, posted them on Instagram. Then 4 days later, all those pictures are gone. She's back with Justin.
This sounds like a soap opera and it's real life.
So then they get married. They're super young. No one knows why because he's always rude to her and all these pictures and videos. It doesn't really seem like he likes her. She's always it'll be Hailey Bieber.
Where does Hailey Bieber come from? Who is her people?
She is one of the Baldwin's daughters. Not Alec.
Like a non-famous Baldwin.
Not Steven. She's one of the Baldwins.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I was like, where the fuck
She's
did she come
of that
from?
line.
Okay.
Nepo baby.
Okay.
And she was a ballerina. No one really gives a fuck. Not really giving much. She married Justin Bieber. That's why she's famous.
Exactly.
And so, but she back in the day, when you could see who liked what on Instagram, it would be she would like either shitty things about Selena Gomez, that people would make she would like them, or she would accidentally like Selena Gomez as shit. And everyone knew they didn't like each other because Justin was still in love with Selena. So that's all been in the underbelly for years, and people just kind of knew. You
know way too much about these people.
So this all starts boiling to a head because do you remember the interview that Hailey Bieber did on Call? What is that show called? Call Your Dad.
Of course.
Call
Who
Me
would
Daddy?
know about the interview?
Anyway,
I don't know about the interview. I don't know.
She goes on a podcast and she's like, of course they're asking her about Selena because she gets fucking flamed by these Jelena fans. She's like, no, we're actually fine. No one knows the truth but us. And then they come out with these Instagram pictures. They're quote unquote friends now. Okay. Now we're up to present day.
Okay.
Glad we're all here together. We have made it.
Wow.
Selena goes to Cabo. Takes these pictures. She's thicky thick now. All right. Who the fuck cares? She's living her best life.
She's on
rejection
meds.
She's going through. Also, she's not on drugs anymore. Good for her.
She's probably on medical steroids to make sure she doesn't die.
Right.
From kidney disease.
So she's thicky thick. Everyone's talking shit about her body. it just so happens that Hailey Bieber is with Kendall Jenner that night and Justine Skye. They record a TikTok that was like, basically, you know, karma happens for a reason is what it was with some sound. And of course, all the fans are like, they're talking about Selena getting fat. Okay. Hailey deletes a video. She's like, we just made a TikTok, whatever. I didn't mean it that way. Selena comments on another video. She's like, it's all love, whatever. Should have gone to die. Except for Selena Gomez posts a video of her eyebrows. And she's like, I over-laminated my eyebrows. Obviously joking. Then Kylie hops in. She's sending subliminal messages. Hailey sending subliminal messages. The world is fucking spiraled.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
All these women are millionaires, right?
Truly.
Okay. This just proves that having money does not mean anything.
They are literally children stuck at 13 years old.
Like, this is high school shit on social media.
I'm just telling you, if I was this rich with this many businesses and I loved my husband,
why do you have time to
I wouldn't give a fuck about any of this.
Yeah, no.
I would have deleted my social media. Y'all are crazy. I can't step away from the drama though because Justin hates her, which is so sad. Can you imagine like being on the rocks with your husband and then everything you two do together, everyone can dissect because they're taking pictures and video all the time?
I did see a video where the security guard didn't realize who the fuck she was, and Justin got in the car, and then he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" She was like, "Bitch, I'm his wife." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my bad."
Dude, like, I'm telling you, it's
and Justin didn't respond. He was just like, "I guess the bitch ain't gonna get in the car."
Yeah, there's a video of them hugging at his birthday party, and you know how everyone likes to read lips, so it looks like he's kissing her with his eyes open, like, and looks like visibly annoyed
behavior.
Yeah, and then she goes to hug him, and it looks like he's saying, "Hailey, get your arms off me." Weird shit, dude. And I'm like, all you had to do is stay the fuck off social media.
Seriously.
Log off. Don't be seen.
Do like the people like the coaches in the NFL. Every time they give a play, they do this and they cover their mouths. So you can't read what their lips are saying.
All I'm thinking, this is my crazy mind at work.
Jesus Lord.
This all really popped the fuck off because of Kylie Jenner.
Somehow we always keep bringing up the damn Kardashians.
I'm thinking there's some weird Kardashian shit going on. And this
Chris
is a
behind all of it.
Why the fuck would she do all that? Why? Like, it served no fucking purpose unless you were trying to start shit over here because it's just a Travis Scott situation. I swear to God. There's something weird. Didn't he just get arrested?
No. Somebody is trying to sue him for allegedly assaulting them.
See?
Or something like that.
Something. And now no one's talking about it. Why? Because of Justin and Hailey. But now you're all... Anyway, all that to say, people are just like, who's on what side? Well, Jordan Woods the other day posted a Snapchat of her. She was like, I love this lip liner. And it was a Rare Beauty lip liner, which is Selena Gomez's makeup brand. Which, like, duh, because of that horrible fucking situation with her and Chloe and everybody. But it's just great to see that no matter how much money or fame you have, you're still a fucking idiot.
And it just proves why adulthood is a sham. It's nothing but high school with more money.
Yeah.
That's all it is. High school with more money.
I'm like, also, if you have so much money, where the fuck is your PR?
I don't think they can afford PR. I don't think any PR wants to cover up that type of shit.
That's true.
And because, I mean, it'll be like Sean Spicer trying to defend Trump. Or Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Well, the president said to drink bleach. No, what he meant was, like, you know how exhausting that job is? Like, Sarah Huckabee looks like she's 75. And she's probably, what, 34? Yeah.
So anyway, you're caught up on Hollywood now.
Thank you.
Everyone... So Hailey and Kylie have lost hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers.
Because we're tired. We're in a recession. We
exactly.
Don't care.
And Selena has gained them. But I'm like, babes, that's money. Now you're fucking with your money.
All because you want to be petty.
All because you want to be petty.
It's
Log off. And Kylie will always be fine. Hailey, babe.
I mean, if she ain't got no prenup, she'll be fine, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know how that works. But yeah, so...
Thank you. We were all worried.
Edge of the seat. I know, everyone was. Man. Everyone was.
That was amazing. Roller coaster. Wow. You ready to go into the Rehab Corner?
Yep.
For very quickly.
Yeah.
All right. In the Rehab Corner, what are we talking about today?
Some bitch hard-armed me at work. And I would just like to say, as someone who like lives in a very racist state, I can count on one hand the amount of times that someone has said the hard R in front of me. I don't like it. It's very uncomfortable. I never know how to act because I'm like, I forget I'm black sometimes. And I'm like, whoa, why are you saying those words?
Stop. Fucking stop.
You asked me what happened at work.
You just came out guns are fucking blazing.
I thought we were here to
bitch hard me at work.
She did. My thing is, okay, let me set the scene for you.
Oh, jeez, I was not expecting you to say that shit like that.
I got floated to another hospital. Okay, so this is not my crowd, right?
Woo.
And I'm just there to get in, do my job, and get out. I'm not here to make friends, like whatever.
Okay.
I have this patient, and she like is just kind of like she's in a shitty situation. I think she's fairly independent, but it's just all these things have happened, so it's not working out for her right now.
That's the name of this episode, The Hard R.
And so she was just like, you know, woe is me, yada, yada, yada. She's trying to be, I was like doing the thing where I make you do therapy, but not really, so that you'll like me.
Yes.
And I can get my units.
Yeah.
So she was really receptive to that. Mm-hmm. And so we were just talking, and she didn't want to do a transfer. And I was like, girl, me can get you up anywhere. Yeah. Let's do it. She's like, you shouldn't be lifting this heavy. I lifted heavy once, and all these horrible things happened to me, and I had to have these surgeries, and I had a hysterectomy, and I was only 40. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. So then she just keeps talking about it. She's getting emotional. And I was like, well, what kind of work were you doing? She's like, I had to work with my husband for his company, and he was he was horrible, and I did all this hard labor, and I don't know what ethnicity you are, but they worked me like a insert hard R. And I was like, first of all, if you're going to use a racial slur, why are you going to preface it with, and I don't know what you are? Because obviously that means you do know what I am. Exactly. Or why would you be prefacing your racial slur?
You know I'm not white.
Yeah.
Or phenotypically.
I know a lot of things about me, and I know I don't look white.
No, you don't.
And this lady was not a person.
Did she look like, was she a white person or a person of color?
She looked like a very light Hispanic person.
Interesting. Wow.
But also, black people usually don't preface their use of that word. They also don't hard R me usually, so.
No.
They soft A, UH, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I literally forget that I'm black sometimes, because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that out loud. Because you have a white mom. I was like, oh my God, no, I'm offended.
Like, wait, I'm supposed to be offended.
Yeah, I was like, you bitch.
This bitch hard R.
Because I literally, it happened, and I looked around. I was like, did anyone hear that? I don't want anyone to get upset. It was just me. And I was like, oh no, me, I'm the one that's upset. Fuck.
When a patient calls you or says the hard R in front of you the very first time, it's shocking. You're like,
I'm like, people still say that shit?
These are the stories that people say. Like, this doesn't happen. That this can't be real life. Like, it's a Mandela effect. This is not real life. And it for sure.
I literally did the, life. Am I being, like, there's no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's old people, dude. And racist ass white guys with the weird tattoos, yes. For sure.
Proud Boys, yes. Definitely.
And like, you know how some, like, the nicer racist old people will say, like, Negro?
No such thing. No such thing as a nice racist person. No.
Pure of heart.
No. How can you be pure of heart and you're racist? That doesn't go together.
Like accidentally racist. Like
no
culturally.
Such thing. Nah, no such thing.
Culturally prejudiced.
I'd rather for the people who say colored, I'm okay with them.
Colored girl.
Yeah, because they're 80 and 90s, so that's their.
I took high yellow. I did. That exactly. Was It's been a rough couple months. People have been saying some weird shit.
See, this is why I'm enjoying my break from
the
bedside, because the stuff that and especially because the state that we're in the state of Texas. Enough said. And in Florida, we don't get shit like that.
Yeah. Wild.
And in Georgia, when I worked in Georgia, didn't experience shit like that. Racism, yes, but not this level of racism. No. Texas is a different beast.
It is a different. And we're not even, I don't even think we're the South. So that's what's always weird to me.
Texas is not the South.
It's not the South. You would think the South would be worser.
To me, the South ends at Mississippi.
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't even consider Louisiana the South.
Texas is just Texas.
Right. I think it's because, to me,
is Louisiana. Florida the South?
Yes. Parts of it. Florida.
That's what you said.
Because Florida has like 5 different parts to it. So you have North Florida. Mm-hmm. That is
that Florida
South.
Bama Shores?
Yes. So Florida Bama Shores is like, that's South. But then you have Jacksonville. That's a state within a state.
Oh, that sounds
Then you have Central Florida, which is like Tampa and Orlando. But then Gainesville is like South. But that's an area in its own. Then you have South Florida.
South Florida.
So you have Southern people there, but with city living. And then you have the Caribbean.
And I get it.
That's inside of Florida. Then you have Miami. That's a whole nother state.
I do love me some Miami.
Like from West Palm down is a whole nother state inside of Florida.
That's too much.
Miami is its own state. Fort Lauderdale, own state. And then on top of that, you have the people from the Caribbean.
Huh. Yeah, I've heard a lot of crazy shit working here in Texas.
Texas is a different breed of racism.
Yeah.
Different breed. I have never experienced racism
like everything
the way that
else,
I experienced it here.
Things are bigger in Texas.
And the racism is definitely bigger.
Huge.
Absolutely. I've had patients say some really questionable things where I've just had to Homer Simpson and just walk out. And I'm like,
that's what I did. Why? Yeah. And I literally, I don't know if it's because, like, I don't know. I don't ever hear that word. I never use that word. It's not like my mom was sitting around being like,
you don't hear that word in your family? I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
We don't use that word.
That's right. You better not.
We're a non-slur family.
You have a black co-host.
Yeah. I do talk wild shit, but just curse words. No slurs. Slurs. So I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck to react. I'm not going to go off on you. You're my like, I will lose my job. I had to Homer Simpson out of that one.
Yeah, that's the only response.
And you're not even crazy, like no dementia.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. You're just out here slinging words.
That one patient that I had, and he was a veteran too, he threw a tray table at me and said, "Get out of my room, you effing N-word, hard R." And I just stood there because he couldn't walk. So I at that point, since I knew I couldn't put my hands on you, I just wanted to play. So I was just like, "Okay, you threw a tray table. So now I have the tray table. What else do you have to throw?" Get out of my room. Get up, walk, and make me. Ooh. Because he had just had surgery. It wasn't like he was like an amputee or something. I wouldn't be mean and cruel, say shit like that.
Oh, I thought he was an amputee.
No. He just had...
I was like, oh, you cut him real deep.
He had an IND to his hip, and he was just in a lot of pain. And so he had a lot of mental health issues, schizophrenia and bipolar disorder and stuff like that, and borderline personality disorder. Anyway, so when he said it, I was just like...
Which isn't an excuse at all.
No, it's
not.
But
when you're of stable mind and body, and you use that... I'm like, there are a million other words you could have used. You could have said... more popular, worked me like a slave. Not better, more appropriate for the setting.
Why can't you just say you worked me hard? That's it. I mean,
like a horse.
We have how many words in the dictionary? And the only one that you could think of was the N-word?
Man, I was like, you're lucky I'm getting paid double to listen to this shit.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to back out of situations like that, because if not, as a healthcare worker, you will lose your shit because you're still a human being. You're a human being, and I think it's insane that you have to... that we're subjected to this type of bullshit, but what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You know what I did?
Now, if you hit me and call me the N-word, I'm hitting you back.
See, and there's that on that.
Yeah, I'm hitting you back. No, I'm definitely hitting you back.
She's lucky she was already crying.
I make you cry harder. That's all I'm saying. You can't, don't hard R me. No, don't do that. Definitely not.
So yeah, that was my week.
Well, it seems like you had a much better week than I did. I mean, mine was pretty boring in comparison to yours. I mean,
oh no, mine was for sure.
And it's not over.
Y'all, I will be working 13 days in a row. No, 12. Who knows? Who's counting? Me. Haha.
I was going to say, you might as well not even count at this point.
I know.
Anyway, anything else we need to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I'm, going through my Saturn return. Everyone be with me on this journey. Who knows what's going to happen in the next
I also had brunch with Quinta. Shout out to Quinta. I saw Quinta. You know what? Before we get out of here, when you have a coworker that you just really gel with, and maybe Quinta doesn't feel the same way about
you and me?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I'm kidding.
That was fucking weird.
But no, like in clinical practice, when you find your person,
the peanut butter to your jelly,
exactly like you have with Jessica. And so Quinta and I just bond, and she may not feel the same way about me. It's totally fine. But like seeing her, it just was like, damn, we accomplished a whole lot of shit. Like she's an amazing coworker and friend. Like I love Quinta. I love you, Quinta. So, and I got to meet baby Benji. So,
oh, he's cute.
Benjamin. But anyway, so yeah. Okay, for those who keeping up with Quinta. Anyway.
Keeping up with Quinta. That would be a great show.
We should have a segment and have her on.
Wow, keeping up with Quinta.
Quinta, you are now our third co-host. I love it. But yeah, anyway, anything else?
No. Okay, if you live in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
Which I would assume most of you may. But who knows?
Hopefully.
I hope this reaches the masses.
Yeah.
And you know anything about Fiesta? It's literally Mexican Mardi Gras.
Oh, Fiesta's it's April. Not right now.
No, it's coming up in April. Okay. My friend and a dear listener of the podcast.
Yes. She's the president of our fan
Sophia
club.
Campos. Her dog, Javi, I'm going to call him my godson nephew. He is in the race for El Rey Fido, which is like the dog like that gets crowned in the royal court for Fiesta. We have El Rey Feo, which is the king of Fiesta, the ugly king. And then there's a dog, and he's in the running to be the dog.
Oh, cool beans.
And he's so super cute. He's a little corgi. And so she's selling Fiesta medals. You can also go donate all the
I love Fiesta medals.
Look at this Fiesta medal.
I'll put a little picture. That is so cute.
It's him. And then all the proceeds go to the like shelter, the Humane Society.
Oh, cool beans. Yeah, we'll post it in our story and in our reel, and then we'll post a link. But yeah, I'll put a little picture right
here.
So
she was Miss Fiesta in 2016. Yeah, he has to win. He's the cutest thing.
Javi. That's
Javier.
This is how you know when a dog is or a pet is really your real family, is when you give them a human name.
Yeah, no, he is a human person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Because like my dog is also a corgi.
First of all, it's not your dog.
It is my dog.
It's your mom's dog.
It's my dog that my mom takes care of because I was just...
Has this dog ever even been to your house?
A couple times.
Exactly.
When he's good. So him and Binks and Javi will hang out, and Binks is a dog. Javi is a human in a dog body.
Yeah.
So even more reason why he needs to win this competition. Please go donate if you can. Buy a medal. They're so super cute.
Is there a voting thing to vote for him?
There may be. I'll double check. I'll link it if there is. Also, you need to go to Fiesta this year.
I do.
You gotta do. You're gonna hate it because it's a crowd, but it's so fun.
No. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna have to take a nap before I go though, because I need to recharge.
I will allow for a nap.
Is it gonna be at night so it could be cool?
Yes, it'll be. We'll go when it's cool. We'll go when it's not crowded.
Good. Well, keep me updated.
Okay, beautiful. Everyone have a spectacular week.
Absolutely.
Keep your energy up. High vibrations. Maybe read a book. If that's not your jam, don't.
Listen to a book.
Listen to this track, bitch.
Listen to this track, bitch.
Tell me that song doesn't still go fucking hard.
It sounds like TD Jakes in the beginning.
It does. Wow.
I think it's him.
What an Easter egg that would have been.
Listen to this track.
My dream is to get on like a rapper's track somehow. Like even if it's just that and I'm not even credited.
I like the people who like just create the little taglines like
was it on
London on this track? Yeah, stuff like that. We need to make one for our podcast. Yeah.
Bitch.
Okay, that's not unique. People are called that every day, all day. We gotta find something way more.
I know that's right. All right, yeah, that's all I got. Well, y'all remember to spread love,
spread light,
and don't forget to laugh your face off.